Hey, good evening, good night, good night, night owls. This is Dr. Nicole. Let's see who's up. Who else is awake? And what are you doing? I'm not going to stay on here long, but I like coming on here at night. So this is my time to do what I like to do, get stuff done, finish up from the day without other things to do. Everybody else is sleeping, so I can't be walking around here cleaning or anything like that. So who's up? Hey, Eden. How are you? Good night, good morning. So, see if we get a couple more people to join us. And then I'm just going to be on here a few minutes. I'll just share my thoughts after the day and looking at certain things. You're on call. I do not miss doing that. I don't know if you're like me when I was on call, but I was definitely the dark cloud. But that's okay because I learned a lot with my dark clouds. And then I was like a good cloud when I was finishing, the year I was finishing. But I had learned so much, and so many of my colleagues didn't learn what I learned. They had to learn it once they went out. So, well, that's good. That's not like PEDS call in the ICU or the NICU for that matter. But staying up when you don't want to be up is probably the issue more so. So, well, I'm just going to talk about I was reading through some things. I read inspirational things that come to my phone. I have notifications on a couple of apps and stuff, and just thinking about the night owls and everything. I I came upon this kind of hit me today, even though I had many thoughts today. But if you can't sleep, then get up and do something instead of lying there worrying. It's the worrying that gets you, not the lack of sleep. And that's from Dale Carnegie. Dale Carnegie is a pretty famous guy. Um, he got a lot done. And, I was thinking about that. So, what I do, I actually have multiple journals around the house. Um, hey, Maxine, my aunt in Canada. So, I keep journals around and I don't really lose much sleep. Um, that's been quite some time that I've lost sleep, even in the middle of very stressful times, because I keep my journals close by and I write my thoughts down, whatever they are. I don't worry about punctuation or whatever. I just free write um, what's in my thoughts. And when you do that, you can actually get a lot of clarity. Um, Clarity on what you want to do, clarity on whatever's going on, and how to solve whatever problem may be going on. And I think if you're staying up for that reason, because you can't sleep and your mind is racing, usually it's because sometimes you have really good ideas and you're afraid you're going to forget them. So you don't need to do that. You could just write them down. And then once they're on paper, you can see them when you wake up. Um, and so I don't stay awake thinking about stuff like that. again, even if I had a rough day, even if I had a lot going on, even there's lots of stress, I've had much stressful time over the last few years, and still my sleep has been pretty good because I write the stuff down. And I write throughout the day too. So I keep a journal close to bed, even on the bed sometimes. And then I have journals everywhere pretty much. Hey, Brachelle, how you doing? I love your new song. I love your song, your single. Um, so congratulations on that. Yeah, but so I'm here to encourage you that if your brain's turned on and you want to get some sleep, write some stuff down. Write it down, um, and then you can work on it later. Um, that way you don't forget, and then you stop worrying, and then your sleep can actually be restful. How do I find time? You know what, Eaton? We lose a lot of time with things that don't necessarily feed us, and so I don't watch as much TV as I used to. Um, I don't chat on the phone a lot. So those things that used to take up time. I mean, if you're going to do other things, if you're going to be doing businesses, developing businesses, if you're going to be creating things, whatever it is, even if it's a passion or a hobby or whatever, you're not going to you're going to take time from one thing to the next. Now, you may be different because you have a new baby. So your baby is probably taking up the majority of your time at this point, any additional time that you would have had. But and congratulations on your baby again. But yeah, so I just in between, in between things, those 5 minutes where you're like, thinking about something or thinking about something somebody said that you know, upset you, and then now you're ruminating about it in your head. I just don't spend much time doing that because it's not productive. Like it goes nowhere. It already happened. If there was something that you wanted to say and you didn't think to say it, and now you're going over like what you could have said, what you should have said, what's the point? So I do other things. Um, and I still stay so busy creating and thinking of the next thing to do, who to call, who to talk to, who to share with. I just, I really try not to spend time with the other stuff that's not going to end up anywhere. Um, then there's, cleaning the house, you know, keep trying to clean the garage. That's a whole other thing. But, I think that when you spend time writing, I listen to affirmations a lot of part of the day, um, even while I'm doing things. I meditate, I pray. So my time is taken up with those things that I think are going to feed me, keep my mindset right, and keep me going in the right directions. What's in the garage? Man, everything's in the garage. Everything is in the garage. You have no idea. My daughter and I are on this project. We're trying to get to a garage sale, but it is so hot here that to go out into the garage to do, I mean, we have tons of clothes that we're getting rid of. We have tons of shoes and appliances that I need to sell and stuff. It's just a lot of stuff. We've, you know, been in our house for over like 25 years. So things just accumulate. Eating. You have no idea. But we're gonna eventually get to that too. So just work on it gradually, piece by piece. The thing is to clear it out, like the closets first, and get it out of those spaces and then move it to the garage. And that's what happens with the garage, is that it's kind of like the bottleneck. So that's the end of the funnel before everything goes out. And we have lots of things to give away too. So we're working on that. I don't know. I don't know if there's enough room for me in the garage. I like that idea though. I might do that. It's quiet out there. I'm getting to it, Jackie. Believe me, I'm getting to it. We are progressing. We've actually cleaned out the garage several times, so it's not like these are things that are actually not from 25 years ago. Although maybe there are a couple of things that fit into that category, but not really. But we're getting there. Um, I do have my daughter to help me with that, so and she's become one of those folks. She sells online, so she does Poshmark and um, Macari is the other one, and she's pretty good at it. So we'll get it cleared out. Um, and actually, a lot of our clothes and stuff that we used to donate to the church because of the pandemic and stuff, and not taking things in and out, we that stopped being a place. And actually, a lot of the receptacles that were around to collect clothes and things also had been moved, and they weren't collecting anything. Um, so I see some of them have returned. So we are actually headed there to one of them tomorrow to take some clothes to give away. So yeah, Jackie, we'll get there. um, yeah, Max, I'm sorry, I can't help you. I gotta take care of my own. You're on your own with that one. So, but at least clear out your head. That's what I was actually talking about, getting stuff down on paper. Um, if you can't sleep still, sometimes you're just wired. You don't, it doesn't have to be necessarily about worry, but if you actually, it's recommended that if you can't fall asleep in about 20 to 30 minutes, you actually should get up and do something else, like read, um, you know, or write, or maybe take care of whatever it is that may be on your mind as much as you can, and then try to go back to sleep afterward. Because if you haven't fallen asleep, you're just going to keep tossing and turning. Um, so you have to release whatever energy that is. Meditation can be extremely helpful too. If you've done the writing and all of that, and just concentrate on your breathing rather than concentrating on all the things around in your environment, or on some sound that doesn't matter, like the air conditioning sound or the sound of the fan. You can concentrate on that, so that you're not actually thinking about something, you're actually just concentrating on something that's a constant sound, and that can be pretty helpful. Yeah, yeah, reading, but no screen time. That's true. Ian, uh, the screen time on your phone, 1 to 2 hours before you go to sleep. If you have trouble falling asleep, that could be a problem. You definitely need to have some regular sleep hygiene. Do the same thing, prepping your body. If you notice the lights are down low, so I start turning down lights from earlier in the evening so that my body knows that we're moving in that direction. Um, and so that can be helpful. Do the same thing, get yourself prepared for bed, take your shower, brush your teeth, um, do things that are going to tell your body you're quieting down. Don't spend time, don't fall asleep to the TV. That's very disturbing, because actually, whatever's happening on the TV actually still is going in. Your subconscious is still awake when you're asleep. And so those things, and if something unpleasant comes on the TV or whatever, that's actually filtering in. So if you've ever awakened from a bad dream, and you find that you fell asleep with the TV on, that could actually be why, because those things filter in. Um, and so be careful. Oh, hi, Toby. I didn't know. I always racing never able. Yeah, yeah. Journaling may actually help. So maybe you should try that. Um, yeah, Maxine, you don't have any trouble falling asleep. I don't think I've ever known you to have any trouble falling asleep. But you have always been a night owl. So that's funny. Mama used to talk about that all the time. So, well, that's all I had to talk about tonight. I'm glad I had um, some audience here. I appreciate you all jumping on. And if anybody ever wants to talk about, that you have, problems with sleep or whatever, you definitely can. My phone number is there on the ticker, 407-674-5725. That's available on just regular phone number or on WhatsApp. So you can give me a call. But thank you, everyone. So, Aiden, I hope you have a good call. Um, and Maxine, good night. Good night, Jackie. Good night, Toby. Sleep well, Toby. I hope you get some sleep, some rest. And I will see you all on Night Owl Chronicles tomorrow. All right, take care. Have a good night and a good morning. Did I miss someone? Good night.